Greetings, luxe lovers. Welcome or welcome back. Here we believe in intentional luxury and we're not afraid to invest in pieces that will work for us. So if that resonates with you, then please consider subscribing and stay a while. As you may know, if I love something, I'm a bit of a serial buyer, which means I'll just keep on buying different iterations of that thing that I love over and over again. And I showed you this with my videos on my Hermes wrap bracelets, my Ver Cypress leather items, my Van Cleef hammered gold collection. You get the idea. But today I thought it would be helpful for me to share the pieces that I've purchased from Hermes, but where I only bought one item and didn't feel the need to go any further. I know many of you out there are on your Hermes journey, so you can use this as a reference to plan out what you'd like to buy and what you may want to pass on. So let's begin. And I have my items on my table here, so we can just go from least expensive to most expensive. And first we'll start with this. This is the Hermes Universal Lip Pencil. Maybe you can see it here. I guess I've never really understood how to use this, but if you open it up, it really is just a clear lip pencil. What I do like about it is that it has a beautiful scent. So you know that I love the lip balm. It kind of smells like the lip balm. It has that same perfume, and it does have a twist bottom so that you never really have to use a pencil sharpener with that. And it also has one of those sharpeners in the bottom that just kind of clicks right into the back so that if you ever need to sharpen it to a point, you can use that. Honestly, I never use those tools. But this one has a natural slant from where I've used it a couple times. To me, it's kind of confusing about how to use a clear pencil, but I did go on the website. This, I believe, was about $45. So that's nothing to sneeze at. That's like a good amount of change for something I barely use. It says that you can use it to outline your lips, and maybe that will keep the color from bleeding out into the rest of your outer lips. But also it says you can put this all over your lips and then put color on top of it, almost as a lip primer. And I've shared in this channel before that I really like my MAC Cosmetics Prep and Prime lip primer, but I might give this a whirl, and the fact that it is clear obviously will make it so that the integrity of the lipstick that you're putting over it isn't hindered. I probably wouldn't recommend this unless you use other brands' clear lip liners and you like that. The next item is an Hermes makeup brush, and this one happens to be the blush brush. And I believe this one is $105, and that's a lot for a brush that I barely use. And this is the only brush that I own from the Hermes beauty line. It's actually quite beautiful, I have to admit. It has the beautiful lacquered color detail here. The ferrule is this nice brushed brassy color, and it does have the contoured bristles, which are really nice. It says that it's in goat hair and that it's like hand bound or something. And hopefully you can see maybe some close-up detail here. It's beautiful, but it is kind of rough, if I have to be honest. I am a big fan of the Sonia G line, and the more and more that I use creams, I actually really love the Sonia G Fusion line, which is made up of the synthetic and the natural hair brushes, but I just use those with regular creams and powders. This is a good one. It's nice, and it actually does the trick well with the powder that it's made for. I probably would save my money, invest in those other Sonia G brushes, and put my money to good use elsewhere. But if you do love the look of these brushes, by all means go ahead, but I only ever needed one. And related to this, my next item that I'd like to share is this, and it is my Hermes blush. And I have the one in Rose Ombre. I'll open it up. As you can see, I have used it, like it's well loved, and this brush, which was made basically for this product, kind of fits well in that pan. What's interesting is that it does have a scent, and I've used it enough that it took away the Hermes stamping. It's a beautiful product, and actually it has a lovely velvety finish to it. So if I'm using powder complexion products, I might reach for this to have a quick, very silky finish on my cheeks. And Rose Ombre is a quite beautiful neutral, very muted rose. I probably do prefer my Tom Ford blushes. My favorite is in the color Inhibition. This is nice in a pinch, But if I was to go, say, on like an interview where I really needed that longevity, I would probably go with my Tom Ford. Again, I wouldn't buy any more blushes, but I did share in the past that I've bought other powder products from them, like the bronzer in the color Atlas. That one I absolutely love, but I only need one bronzer, so, you know, in theory that could have been in this video too. But whereas I would recommend the bronzer, I feel like you could probably pass on the blush, or at least you just need one. So next we have something that basically just stays in the box, but I'll share it. Let's take it out of the box. And it is my Hermes scarf ring. And this one happens to be in the permabrass. I'll get you up close and hopefully you can see. There is an Hermes stamp in the middle, and this is in the Chandonka motif, that line, and it's super functional. It's beautiful and it has like such a good weight to it. Like, I don't know what is inside, maybe it's brass. And to be honest, I don't remember the price of this. It might have been, I don't know, maybe $75 to $100, which is a lot for a product, but they've actually like proliferated in the amount of scarf rings they have. But these are useful, I figured, because people like me who are totally incapable of tying a good scarf, I'm genuinely trying. And for this purposes, I brought my 90 by 90 silk scarf in the Baobab Cat line. And beautiful scarf. I wish I could use this more. So for demo purposes, I bust this out and I want to show what that scarf ring could do for me. So I just throw this over my shoulders, and I think in theory the idea is like you just literally pull one side through one hole and the other side through here, and you just kind of have this like instant look. Now I would be afraid of this kind of falling through, but in a pinch, get it? But in a pinch, I'm able to put on this scarf extremely quickly. I guess you could even like put it through one and then put it through the other hole. And there are some other YouTubers that have absolutely amazing channels. Well, that's certainly not how you do it. I just figured that this was a very, you know, foolproof way, if I ever took the time to actually learn how to use it, to be able to style my scarves. So this is a good way, I think, of securing it so that I could just put it on and go. And what's nice is I could put it to the side, put it to the back if I wanted more of that cowl neck effect, and you're good to go. But again, the fact that, you know, there's still a learning curve even with the scarf rings, and I haven't yet cracked the code of how to use these regularly, leads me to believe that one is enough and that in a pinch I could just grab this one and go. So the next item that I've only bought one of is in this pouch, and it is the Hermes Click H bracelet. And this one is in the palladium hardware in the white colorway. I'm not even sure if this one has a technical color name. It just looks like white. This was a present from hubby for one of our anniversaries, so I like the fact that it's white, kind of like a wedding. But I only have one and I've never bought another one. So the way these work is you have to squeeze it a little, and then that loosens up the mechanism. So you move the H to the side and then you can open it. I'll show you quickly what it looks like on. And so you squeeze it again and then you click it back. Clearly the colors are all over the place. I probably wouldn't wear these together. I'd probably wear this with my Cartier Love Cuff, which is in white gold. But it doesn't look too bad with my Chandonka multi-row ring. But here's what it looks like on me. As some of you may know, I'm not the hugest fan of the hard bangle cuffs. I much more prefer the looser, flexible bracelets like my Van Cleef, and certainly my leather bracelets in the double tour. So that's probably why I haven't bought many of them. It's possible if I wanted to jazz things up, I would buy one in like the yellow gold or the rose gold hardware, but because I had these other bracelets in that hardware. I just never felt the need to add another one. But some people love stacking them. And then again, you just squeeze it, move that H to the side, and you can take it off. So it's nice, it just isn't used much, so I was never compelled to buy another one. And then my last item that I've only bought one of is in here. And if you've watched Mel in Melbourne, you probably know what this is. And it is my one and only Rodeo bag charm in the MM size. And this is the medium size, not the PM and not the GM. So here we are. It is cute, but I don't think I have ever used this. And I only bought it because this is the malachite leather. And as you all know, I love Veracypress, but before I knew about Veracypress, I was obsessed with the malachite color. And I only reference Mel in Melbourne because she has a whole Christmas tree full of these rodeo charms. So what's one woman's Christmas tree ornament is another woman's one and done. So, you know, it all comes down to use case. I personally don't use this as an ornament or as a bag charm, but Mel has a great use case for all of her charms on her tree, and I love that. It just shows that we're all different, so take everything with a grain of salt that I'm saying here. But I only bought this one. I've never bought another bag charm. I think the caveat to all of this is if I see anything in Veracypress, of course I would probably just buy it. But it's cute, and you can see it's handmade. The Hermes stamp is under the saddle, so that's a good way to verify. And it's just cute, but it's kind of like, meh. I forget the other colors. I think Blue Zanzibar might be this, but I forget what this electric yellow color is. It's cute, but I personally wouldn't endorse someone on their Hermes journey from getting one of these. So thank you to those who've stayed with me to the end. I hope this helps some of you make some informed decisions to make wise luxury purchases. And if there are other things that you've bought from Hermes that you only purchase one of and feel that there's only need to purchase one, I'd love to know in the comments too what you think. I welcome you to follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see whether I ever use these items again or not. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to go down the rabbit hole that is my Hermes shopping tips playlist, and I'll put that link here. Please like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!